and cup of glow to you. It's Tuesday morning, August 7th. Wow, we are already cruising into a new month. It feels good. It feels heavy. It feels optimistic. It feels aggressive. It feels a lot of things. It feels kind of crazy. Anyway, this is one of my favorite things to do now. I look forward. Actually, it's a love-hate relationship. Once I started this, and I mentioned at the beginning, my friend challenged me to do this. I've been talking about it for 2 years, and she got tired of hearing me talk. And she said, well, okay, do it. She challenged me, so here we are. Didn't mean I was ready to do it or even able, but anyway, here I am. And the thing is, once you start something, especially when it involves other people, you need to keep it going. And I was thinking the other day, I'm probably getting close to my 40 days, aren't I? Not quite, but looking for a way out because what it does is it makes me accountable. It makes me accountable to get up every morning, which I already did, to myself, meditate, pull a card, use some intention, create my day, my intention and desire for the day. But now that you're involved, whoever watches, it makes me be, you probably amplify that feeling like 100%. I have to really think about, I can't just haphazardly shuffle through my deck and pull a card, a feel good card, or, which it's not that way always, but let's get real. Some days are, quite frankly, coping days where we just hit automatic pilot. We do the same old things. We act the same old way. We know our role and we just, kind of cruise. But when I committed myself to do this, it was a commitment to you. It was a commitment to me to be committed to you and also to be committed to the divine. And that made me responsible for getting up every morning and pouring up a cup of joy, pouring up a conversation that might help somebody through the day. So it's been interesting as this time has evolved and carried on, my thoughts and what they've been, and how I wake up through the night, I look at the clock and I think, oh, I can't miss my morning time. I can't, and I haven't set a time, but it's usually pretty early so that, 6 o'clock, 6:30, by the time I get it all posted and my phone set up and pick a card, it falls around 7:30. And then by the time I upload it and then transfer it, and depending on the connection of the day, it can be a 2-3 hour ordeal, which is strange. I never considered any of that. But so here I am, committed to you, having my morning cup of glow and figuring out how I can make this something that's important and valuable for you every day. Because it has been important and valuable for me in many ways. As I have gone through my days, the cards that I've pulled have been very valuable. They've resonated with the happenings. And I've been able to go back and refer to that and realize and recognize that there was guidance from the very beginning. of the day. And this is something that I think we really need to become aware of, is that we do have guidance from the divine, from the other side, whether we want to know that or not, or we very much believe that. My near-death experience taught me that. I already had that belief, but boy, it came in big with that experience, a knowing, not just a wondering or having faith about it, but specific details, things that, I wasn't aware of the amount of assistance and help and protection and guidance that fluffs around each person individually. It's amazing. It's like we're our own little universe. You are your own little universe. If you were the only one on this earth, you would have an orchestra, a symphony behind you, creating help and assistance and guidance, and you may never even really be aware of it. So one of the things I think we're being challenged to do in this day, this time, is to become aware and acknowledge the help that we get, whatever that is for you. It really is time. No more lollygagging. And I mean, you can choose to play it small. That's okay. I don't think that anyone who is watching my videos is a person that's playing it small. I don't think that. I think you're someone who is serious about your life path, who is serious about making a difference in the world and also in your own life. And it's time for us to start playing it big and opening our mouths and sharing our feelings. Now, when I say playing it big, there's a difference. When you play something big and you play it with love, it turns into a Monet painting, okay? A masterpiece, a beautiful expression of color exploding into a great piece of work, piece of art. That's when you're playing with love. When you're playing it big with fear or aggression, you are a tsunami. You are a tidal wave, a hurricane, a fire that wipes people out. That's not the playing big that I'm talking about. There is no need for that. Although, I guess if I were God, I might feel the need every so often to wash the table. Like I know at home when I want to clean the table off and it's full of it. There's times when I have literally just taken a box and wiped everything into the box. If it didn't need to be there and I got sick of everybody I just made an executive decision and cleaned the table. Clear the deck, okay? So I think it's kind of time for us to clear our decks and start playing it big with our spiritual gifts, with our best and highest self. Spiritual gifts, we all have them. No one is any greater than anyone else. We all have access to individual gifts. We're all like a piece of that puzzle. When you're putting together a puzzle and you leave one piece out, I mean, you can have the whole puzzle there and one piece is gone and it is not good. It ruins the whole puzzle. But when you put that one piece in, that final piece, it's complete. And we all matter. We're all different. We all have different sides. Some of us are border pieces. Some of us are middle pieces. Some of us have the color. Some of us hold the sky. We all are a different piece of the puzzle. And but we cannot, not one of us, be missing out to in from the puzzle. It's very important. So, you know, I know I'm really rattling on. I've had so many thoughts yesterday and the last few days. The thoughts have just been flooding in, and I feel like I just want to share them. And I guess this is the time. I guess that's why, you know, it's not just about pulling a card and giving you a great idea on this morning cup of glow, but it's about sharing, a time of sharing thoughts, time to sit down and share an idea and give you something to think about, things that I'm thinking about, having a conversation. So these are things that are on my mind, and because you're here watching, then you can think about them too and see if bringing them into the forefront of your life, that they might make a difference. So anyway, be a team player and start playing it big. Figure out what your piece is all about. We all are a piece of the puzzle. Get to know your piece. I mean, a lot of times we've just spent so much time thinking of the big puzzle about everybody else's piece and making sure that everybody else is doing fine. And that is good. Don't get me wrong. That if we could not extend a hand or pick each other up, you know, what would be the point? There would be no point. However, your cup must be full. We need to function. If you're not full of air, you can't put the air mask on the child. You know, I can give you 100 examples, but I think you know what I'm saying. So it's time for us to really start paying attention to ourselves, our body, our mind, our spirit, our mental status, because as the universe changes, and we've gone through a lot of universal changes, and when I say universal changes, they don't have to be, like, they can be just everyday changes, like things that that happen every day. We've had our eclipses. Well, they happen all the time. Eclipses aren't new. They've been happening forever. But the fact that we've been having 3 in a row, and then we're in eclipse season, and we had an added extra eclipse this at this time, which created a whole new story, a story that's never been created before. We are on fire. The world is on fire. The air is full of smoke. It changes the atmosphere. It changes our mood. I don't know, when you go out, it creates a filter almost, and it creates a situation where the light is so much more intense, and it can give you a headache, and our lungs are not able to breathe that fresh air as much, and it affects the mood. I mean, so many things. We need to be paying attention to all of our houses, our physical house, our emotional house, our mental house, and our spiritual house. Every single one of them needs to be attended to every day. There needs to be balance. So, challenge to you is to, looks like I'm frozen here. Take care of yourself. Take care of your physical self. Now, my camera's doing funny things, and it says I'm still recording, but I don't know if I am, because nothing is changing. So let me end this really quickly. The Fire Prince has come, and he has asked us to be optimistic. If you can only hear my voice, and because I see that nothing is happening on the page, but I do see time is running, let me just say, when the fire prince arrives as your ally or your friend, he lets you know that he represents the invisible forces behind all manners of manifestation, and he brings you the gift of optimism. I love that. The gift of optimism. You will be rightly inspired to move forward and take confident and assertive actions to reach your goal. That's kind of what I was talking about. Being confident and being assertive and taking action, being that piece of the puzzle that you are to the best of your ability, envisioning the path of the highest good with an optimistic look. It is so critical that our vision is optimistic, because what we see and think and feel is what is creating our future. We're affecting the children or anyone that we come in contact with. If we're grumpy, everybody that we bump into is going to feel grumpy after they meet with us. If we're happy, if we're kind, if we're considerate, if we share love, when someone has finished rubbing shoulders with us, they're going to want to go out and be so and do so. Optimism and sunshine and light and joy are contagious. They're just like the flu. They're like viruses. They're happy viruses. Let's pass those viruses on. Let's be the optimistic difference that makes change. So this is this card, and I didn't show it because I think I was in the middle of a frozen screen. The Fire Prince. This comes from Colette Baron Reed's Hidden Wisdom Realm. Beautiful cards, such great information, and she's teaching us, not just saying this is what this means, but she's teaching us a different way of being. Continuing on, it says, the Fire Prince also brings you the gift of a miracle. Oh, well, isn't that what we are all asking for? A miracle. And we've talked about what a miracle is. It's an equation. A miracle is something scientific that it's an equation that's carried out. We don't all know the equations, but I will tell you that there are spiritual helpers that know the equations. And when we ask for divine help, when we ask for our angel's help, a spirit guide, God, whatever it might be, we are then eligible to receive their help. They're there, but they will not interrupt or intrude with our free will. Will not. We have to ask. So expect that the Fire Prince here is bringing you a gift of a miracle. Things come together as if by magic to create the reality you seek. What is the reality that you are seeking? What is it? Think about that for a minute. If you were to get this happens, you get something in the mail and it says certified or classified or whatever it is, not certified, classified. You have to go to the post office and pick it up. Sometimes we don't know what that is. And there's a level of excitement and a wonder, what could it be? Well, what if we got something in the mail that said, you have a miracle waiting on the corner. You need to go at such and such time and pick it up. How exciting would that be? What are you envisioning your miracle to be? And how could your miracle move you forward? Let's envision what our miracles might be like. I don't even think I've thought about that. I remember thinking as a kid, if I had 3 wishes, that it would be this, and then my last wish was always that I would get 3 more wishes. Well, we always have 3 wishes, and then we always have 3 more. We can have as many desires as we want, and we can have as many outcomes and miracles as we want to. All we have to do is envision them, see them, set them up. Okay? You have every reason to be hopeful. Move forward, knowing that you have everything you need and more. Just remember to share the enthusiasm. Wow, that's big. When you feel it and you're happy, pass it on. Pass it on. It's the greatest gift. Believe in others and be optimistic for them too. And your good fortune will multiply. Yeah, don't just think that you have to have it all. You're not the only one that wants to be happy. When someone else is happy, don't follow it up with a tailgate story about you. Just be excited for them. Ask them about their joy. Ask them about their accomplishment. Ask them about their miracle. Say, congratulations, I'm happy for you. And then stop. Don't say anything else about you. When we share somebody else's optimism and enthusiasm, we show that we value that other person. It doesn't have to be about us all the time, although our world is about us. But learning how to share and how to be in this world is pretty important, pretty key. Well, you've had a lot of blah, blah, blah from me this morning. I guess I got on a rant. So, cup of glow to you. Take time to enjoy. Take time to set up your day. Envision it. Write down your optimism, your goal, your vision, and then set it up. Set your day up for success. And then, funny thing, follow your plan. Do what you wrote down. Things might get in the way. Adjust. That's okay. We have to do it every day. That's what makes us successful. The person that succeeds in life has learned how to navigate, has learned how to have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. We have to have those other plans in place, but we have to be able to do that. Okay, hidden wisdom, optimism. Hope you have a beautiful day. We'll be following each other around. See you tomorrow.